The DAWEI Deep Seaport Project and Special Economic Zone, or SEZ, is a $50 billion mega development project since 2008, with an area of 204.5 square kilometers currently under construction. The main developer has been a Thai company called Italian Thai Development Company, or ITD. The project will develop a deep seaport, petrochemical and heavy industries and power plants, as well as 132-kilometer road linking to the Thai border with an 8-lane highway, a railway, transmission lines, and oil and gas pipelines. In addition, a water supply reservoir will be constructed and flood over 7 square kilometers of forest and Kalonta village, affecting 182 households in the area. At present, the project is under agreement between Thailand and Myanmar government and waiting for new investors, while many local families have already suffered direct impacts from the project. In this process, people in DAWEI are being forced to move from their homes and farmlands where they have been living for generations and expected to move to a new alien place. It is estimated that over 30,000 people will be relocated by the DSEZ projects. They don't just lose their connection to the land, but the roots of their identity and dignity. Chakan Village. Sonai was born at Chakan Village and has relied on fisheries since his parents' generation. Chakan was established more than 100 years ago. There are 30 households in this village and 3 boat owners. Normally, they used to earn around 5,000 to 10,000 jats per day from fishing. 3 years ago, ITD company destroyed all the sea pines along the 4 to 5 miles of the beach and also destroyed around 3,000 acres of mangrove forest while the villagers rely for their livelihoods. Sonai and other villagers were informed last year that they have to leave their village without compensation. He and his neighbors refused to leave. All 3 boat owners were prosecuted by the authorities for disobeying a public servant under Article 188 of the Myanmar Penal Code. They had to hire a lawyer and go to court already several times. Their lives have become difficult, and they hope to be able to find a new place to live where they can continue fishing as their livelihoods. Resettled family in DAWEI resettlement site. Esue and Malay moved to the official resettlement site in DAWEI from March 2013. Their house used to be located in Chakan Fishery Village in Tengji Village Tract, nearby Kilometer 0 in the Special Economic Zone, but their homes were destroyed to clear the land for the project. In total, 4 families moved to resettlement site, but they experienced many problems because lack of water, lack of transportation, and their children could not go to school. In the end, 3 of the families moved out to live elsewhere. Before, when they lived in Chakan, they relied on fishing. They used to live together with their children as a large family, but now 2 of their children have to live in a monastery. One daughter had to drop out of school and now works in a nearby fishing village. DAWEI has to hunt small wild animals, such as squirrels, in the bush around the site for their living. They do not have other places to return to, like the other families, so they have to live at the resettlement site alone. Yoratha Salt-Making Village. Yoratha is a small salt-making village located in Tengji, where it had been established for generations. There are 11 households who are relatives and neighbors, but now they have lost their livelihoods and no one can make salt anymore. Without any prior warning, ITD destroyed their houses in 2011 to build a road along the beach without compensation.
လူတွေကလည်းခေါ်ပြီးသွားပြောရရှင်ကျွန်မလူတွေကလည်းသွားပြောမှာတို့လိုပိတ်ဖို့သူခေါ်ခလာပြီးဆိုပဲပိတ်ဟာရှင်ကျွန်မဆက်တဲ့ရောလုံးသွားပြောရရှင်သွားပြောဆိုပဲတို့ပိတ်ဖို့သူပြောရရှင်ပိတ်ဖို့သူပြောပြီးဆိုပဲတို့လိုလူတွေကလည်းခေါ်ပြီးပဲပိတ်ဟာရှင်လာမထိုးပြီးပိတ်ဟာกูลามาทุยลามาทุยไปตัวไปฮะเลยแล้วไม่ฮะกูลทุยไปเอาตัวโลจะไม่เอาตัวตายเราหน้าทุยตัวไปตัวไปแม่ทุยเปียวไปแม่ทุยไปลามากูลขบิลูกูลขบิลามาทุยไปไปฮะ
Pepo was born at the salt-making village and has lived there all her life. After the loss of her land, now she is living on the land of a friend. She has 3 children who have since had to go live with her older sister. Before, all her children went to school, but now only one can go to school because she cannot afford it anymore. Now she makes a living by running a small grocery stall, working as daily laborers and making leaf roofs. She has accumulated debt of 3 million jats in the last 3 years.
ခါခါရတော့ကျွန်မမတော့လူရငှားတင်လောက်မှကျွန်မတို့စားရဆိုတော့လူရငှားတင်ရှိမှကျွန်မတို့စားမရဘူးလူရငှားတင်မပဲနေဆိုတော့ကျွန်မတို့စားဟန်ရောမျိုးပဲလုံးမရပါနဲ့ရှင်ကိုစောဖောက်သူနေရဖောက်ကျွန်မတို့ရောမျိုးလူရငှားပဲနေဆိုဖောက်လိုက်သူအမဖာတင်ထိုးအမျိုးလုံးနေရှင်ကျွန်မမအဲ့မနင်းနာကြီးအဲ့မထားကွာများပဲဆုံးရှောင်းရှင်နင်းနာကြီးလို့ရှင်ကျွန်မလုံးစားလည်းများအဲ့ဆိုတော့နင်းနာကြီးကျွန်မလို့
Mudu Village. Mudu is the first village to be relocated by the DZES project. Livelihoods of local villagers rely on agriculture and natural resources from mangroves. Villagers have been concerned about their lives and security in the future.
I mean, through Sadi too, the Mamasaya, Imasoya, Susadi to Ladu. I look at that jelly lobido, Le Gaga Ngati Yame to Patamas, Ngati Tapu, Mayabu, among Ngati Tapu Lulu. Can't see that to the Pikin or be paid on my you are Lime, Bama, Ahame, none of the Basan to Miavi, the Tempe. I may be all Ludia, Jaya, Miasia, Mia, your Lamia, La Ujon Ludito, Mile Planway, Nea, Gueboa, Kiwi, for promise who le. Who near you through Sepu Mina, who may so support Melemly through Popine, Arotamuludia. She's heavy there, the Kakiuma with your dinner. Though the on play don't go Kudania, we have Wamara Kuloma who are Amus who lets Yale. So, me are not some plow where the new Maton or Yanu could not plow away.
Kolantar Village. Kolantar is a village located in the watershed area, covered by forests, where endangered wildlife still exists. At the present, there are 182 households with more than 1,000 people living in the village. In 2009, ITD announced that they will build a dam as a reservoir, and villagers have to be resettled to other areas because their village and the forest will be submerged underwater.
ID company na dama o chi lu za de chano lo yau ma cha kho yo chi chao ai ba lu ma nya lu ma bo ai ki sa chi chao chano la ma khau ma chao lu ai cha ma chano ai pya la mi ma du kho tu ma twa ro ni ka tao ta bo tu jong la ma tu khai no pya na la ki sa la pa ta bi plan la wi ma tu no na ta kha chano lo te cloud tha lai လိုက်ထားလာပြီးမှသူတို့ပေးဟိုဤနေရနာဤသောမျိုးရှိရဲ့ last side middle side small side ဤပေါ်ကြသောမျိုးနာလာပြားဤကွန်ကောဤဆိုတာပထမဓာတ်ရောင်လူတွေစာသည့်အပြည့်သူပြောဆိုပြီးမှကျွန်တော်တို့ promotion နေရမေး promotion နေရကျွန်တော်တို့ကဖြတ်ဖြင်း promotion လို့ဆိုသဘောပြောမယ်ဆိုတော့ ကျွန်တော်တို့ရဲ့တတိသမနှစ်ပေါ်များစွာနေလာပြီးတော့တထမပဲသောတိမီကိတလာပြီးတော့တတိသမဆိုင်ရပြောပါလေရဲ့ကျွန်တော်သားသမီးတွေရဲ့တနေ့ရောက်သွားမယ်ဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်မှဟိုခက်ခက်ရှိရပေါ့ကျွန်တော်သူတို့ရဲ့ကုမ္ပဏီဝါထမသွားနေပြီးတော့သူ့ရဲ့အစိတ်ခိုင်းအခါဆောင်ထပ်ပြင်တော့သွားနေရမယ်
Gamong Toy Karen. Gamong Toy is a Karen area under the KNU where it had been under the ethnic conflicts since the 1950s. At the present, the area has become stable due to peace process between the KNU and Myanmar government. In October 2010, the construction of road links to Thailand by ITD reached into the area and destroyed plantations of villagers. The road links passed across around 35 villages and destroyed their land without giving any compensation. Later on, the villagers have organized themselves to negotiate for fair compensations.
Let that retire call him make one minute. That retire honey to all over Satan again in the Babaquacha Megidamilani. Quacha Megadagero, close at the head blue as I let a hair pure ma wada, Taguda was thought. Nageta would have thought a little close at the Hema and Mirapala do blue de Selamo. Get a wada, Takota Keller Berda, completed the pala at the Lu as at a moo. Pamlucolani, Tamala was a Hema Watalo Takle de Panani. Mi wada love, Palaco at Utas Hawk. อัตราตุตาพลาเราอัตราพี่เอาเมาอันเราติดพันยาคนนี้ตาติดพันนี้มีเราเมาอยู่นี่นี่เราเลิกไปละพอเราก็พูดติดพันยาเอาคนนี้แก่เราว่าละตาบักกุศลเนี่ยก็ละซอตมีเลยตาดูภาษาอะไรกันนี่เขาเลยตา challenges เลยบักเขาเลยกลุ่มจีอัตราเห็นหนึ่งเราติดพันยานี่บักบักกุศลเนี่ยก็ละตาเนี่ยคนนี้เลยใช้ตัวมีชาตินี้ไปละเลยไปมีไปละก็เลยวิเคราะห์เทตาสู่กลีอัตราบางเรื่องเราแล้วก็เลยติดพันเอาคนนี้ไปช่วยถือเรามาตะกอนที่ตลอดมันก็คือกี่อย่างเกี่ยวดูตัวไปที่พวกก่อพวกเราเป็นตู้มันก็คือกี่อย่างเกี่ยวตะการที่วันนี้เราประกวดช่วยกันเลยผู้ผลิตเสร็จผ่านเลยขี้เลยก็แค่เสร็จผ่านเอาวัวนี่เอาไว้สิก็อุบาเกี่ยวกับมันคือเราก็พี่ออกมากี่ได้เราเอาไว้สิก็มาลุมาดอกบากี่ได้ไม่มาลุมาดอกบาตาเอาไปต่อไม่ท่อนี่เอาจะก็ช่วยถือกี่ได้ว่าเราก็เลยเราว่าแค่สอดตีสอเราปากก็เหลือเอาเราปากก็เตี้ยปากแก่ปากเลยปากก็ย่อยมีไว้ละปากเลยอุเราตัดแค่ซอติวซอลละมีละปากกะเลยเลยปูเพลเลยก่อนบีอีเราไปตัดควายตายาเลยก็เลยเป็นนีบานีเสก็แล้วก็โดนนีมาเกี่ยวเราประมาตะกอเลยปากกำเนิดติดพันยาเอาหัวเลยเอาไว้ตีแย่อัตราลูบาเลยประมาณ10 ตีนี่มั้งเชื่อถือเราประมาณ10นี่แต่แล้วแต่ว่าเรื่องชาตินี้นี่เนาะ
As a consequence of the DAWEI SEZ project, many human rights abuses have arisen in the area. Many people are suffering and are in need of urgent assistance. The top-down development policies do not offer them greater security for their lives, but instead has destroyed their ways of life and environment in the communities. What will happen next? Who will be responsible for the losses already incurred? Which way forward for the transition of Myanmar? Will the new transnational investors in the project apply principles and ethics in Myanmar? A lot of questions still need to be answered by relevant stakeholders of this project at all levels.
Let us be proud, let DAWEI be proud, let the indigenous be proud, that's the only way round. For the harmony sound, harmony sound, harmony sound. For the harmony sound, harmony sound, harmony sound. For the harmony sound.